Shalom, shalom wa ahava, mishpachah, shalom wa ahava. Peace and love, family, peace and love. It's your Ak, Meraya ben Ayaounde, Nerea ben Yahuda ben Yasharal. Whatever your dialect may be, may I say shalom to you all, to the whole house of Yasharal, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to the lands of our captivity. May I say shalom to the whole house, all 12 tribes, mishpachah. Wholeheartedly. Everything that I say and do on this platform is out of love. Even if it comes across forceful and kicking people in the chest or things of that nature. It's all out of love, Mishpachah. And let me say shalom to the whole house. And before we go any further, first and foremost, let me say call hello, Yahweh Sabaoth. Elohe Abraham Yitzchak and Yaakov. Ba'ashem Yehusha Hamashiach Ruach HaKodesh. All praises to Yahweh, Lord of the heavenly armies. Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In the name of Yahusha, the Messiah, and the divine set-apart spirit, may I say shalom to you all. Hallelujah. And today we want to talk about we got to stop envying the wicked because they all set to be burnt in the lake of fire, Mishpachah. You understand? We got to stop envying these people. We got to stop desiring to be amongst these people. We got to start separating ourselves from the wickedness. And that doesn't just mean the wickedness of the Gentiles and the foreign nations. That also means the wickedness within many of our own friendship circles and many of our own family. As I'm learning quite well with the situation that my family is dealing with personally with us trying to get the homestead back up and running. As y'all have heard me say before, every stumbling block or roadblock that my uncle has ran into down there, the family member that's down there, that's head of trying to get this thing back up and running, everything that we've run into as a unit has been placed in front of us by people that you consider so-called family. And that goes back, and it's just a prime example of why we as a people cannot get forward and how, 5 or 10 Gentiles was able to keep 100 slaves in check. I am learning how they are able to accomplish this right now. And it's all about collaborators and the wicked amongst us, Mishpachah. It's those people who are within our own circles who are wicked. And when you start trying to work righteousness, then you see just how jealous, envious, covetousness, these people who at one point in time you may have considered your family and your friends, and these people are stabbing you in the back every chance they can get, trying to pull you back in that daggone barrel like the crab that they are. But let's start with some scriptures, Mishpachah. Let's go to the book of 2 Samuel. We're going to start 2 Samuel chapter 7. We're going to read 23 to 24. So that my people who suffer for lack of knowledge, who do not know who they are, need to know and understand that this covenant that you have between you, your people, and the Most High, it is forever. And this covenant is the reason why when you start trying to live according to the Most High, you get all kinds of backlash from the entire world. Notice how they let everybody talk what they want to talk. They let Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson, Polite, Sarnetta, they let them get up there and say whatever they want to say, long as they ain't telling them people they Yasharel. But as soon as an Israelite begins to speak to his people, he's being censored in every way, shape, form, or fashion. And the people need to start asking themselves, why? Because that truth is the truth. And that is the truth and the only truth they don't want you to know. All that other stuff, they don't care about that because it keeps you in sin. And as long as you stay in sin and stay not living according to your culture, they're going to stay in power. That's the trick that they don't want you to understand, Mishpachah. Now, 2 Shemuel Shani, and we're going to start at chapter 7, and we're going to start at verse 23, and we're going to read through to 24. Is it, and who is like your people? Who's like us? And who is like your people, like Yasharel, the one nation on the earth whom Elohim went to redeem for himself as a people, to make for himself a name, and to do for you greatness and awesome deeds for your land before your people, whom you redeemed for yourself from Mitzrayim, from Egypt, from the nations and their mighty ones. Most High pulled us out of darkness and out of the doctrines that were being practiced and worshipped by the fallen angels. See, he pulled us out of that. While all the other nations were in darkness, worshiping these fallen ones, the Most High grabbed us, brought them to himself, and gave us his Torah. 24. And you have established for yourself your people, Yasharel, as your own people forever. And you, Yahuwah, have become their Elohim. See, this thing is forever, Mishpachah. Ain't no getting away with it. Ain't no getting around it. You can go out here and do everything and accept everything and claim everything. And it doesn't matter whether you accept it or not. That is still your truth. And you will suffer from the things that go along with this covenant if you're not living according to this covenant. And this is what your enemies know, and this is why your enemies conceal these things from you. And this is why so much wickedness comes your way when you start trying to do the right thing and start trying to live in according to the Most High's way, Mishpachah, which is living in a reflection of his character, which is righteousness. Hallelujah. Now let's go to Jeremiah chapter 2. And we're going to read verse 11. Jeremiah chapter 2. Let me get there, Mishpachah. We're going to read verse 11. And it says, has a nation changed its mighty ones, which are not mighty ones? But my people have changed my esteem for that which does not profit. We have traded in the glory and the esteem of the Most High Yah, the supreme and omnipotent one, who chose us from all the people. And all he asked us to do was live according to his laws, statutes, and commandments. Be his example here upon earth. And we traded it in for the doctrines of devils. We down here running down behind Hotep, hustling people over there. Out here in Virginia, in the 7 cities, we got a street called 35th Street. And that's where all the so-called black conscious community hang at. It ain't nothing but a bunch of Hotep hustlers and Hotep hoes down there. Just a full-blown debauchery and mockery of my people. And this is what you got to ask those people. If the Bible is not the way, then what is it that you all are doing that's going to get our people up out of the situation that they're in? And you will understand and know, Mishpachah, that none of them have no answer. All they're trying to do is sell you a book. That's all they're trying to do, Mishpachah, sell you a DVD. They ain't trying to get you out of no situation. That's why the powers that be, the powers that should not be, allow them people to speak freely. They don't care how many hidden colors Tariq Nasheed make. They don't care what Sonnet are up there talking about. They don't care how many Bibles Polite out there shooting. They don't care nothing about young Pharaoh and Sarah Susan Seti and all them people that I'm embarrassed to even say I used to listen to before I came into this truth. They let them say whatever they want to say because they know they're leading you straight to Sheol, Mishpachah. And as long as you following them, they're going to stay in power. Hallelujah. Now, let's go to Proverbs chapter 24. Matter of fact, no, before we go there, let's go to Psalms 37. Psalms 37. Tehillim 37. And this is what we got. Tehillim 37. We can start right at the beginning from the top. It says, do not fret because of evildoers. Do not be envious of the workers of unrighteousness, for soon they wither like grass and fade like green plants. They fall down, Mishpachah. Do not worry about these wicked people. Just like the situation I was talking about earlier with my wicked family members. They will perish before we will, Mishpachah. Don't fret them because they all gonna fall according to their own wickedness. Leave them to the lake of fire with their little gasoline draws on, Mishpachah. And just to let you know this is the truth, let's go to Proverbs. Let's find a witness to that. Proverbs, let's say 24. Proverbs 24, 19 through 20. And it reads on this wise, 19 through 20. Do not fret because of evildoers, and do not envy the wicked, for there is no future for the evildoer. The lamp of the wicked is put out, Mishpachah. The lamp of the wicked is put out. Do not fret, do not fear, and definitely do not envy these wicked people. We have to stop trying to be like them. Why are dominant people trying to be like recessive people? Huh? Why is that which does not, that which allows you to be protected and healed by the sun, envying that which is burned by the sun? Mishpachah. Why is that which works in righteousness envying that which is working iniquity, in wickedness? We have to start cutting them off. And before I get out of here, let's look at 2 Samuel. Let's go back to 2 Samuel. And let's see what Melech Dawid did when it came to evildoers. 2 Samuel, chapter 22. And it says, we're going to start at 41. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 41, and then we're going to get out of here. It says, and you make my enemies turn their backs, those hating me, and I cut them off. Cut them off, Mishpachah. Cut them off, exit them out your life, and move forward into the light. Hallelujah. And with that, family, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, Mishpachah. Until we meet again, always remember to keep the fire burning. A little more oil in my lungs. Hallelujah. Kumar Yasharel. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Rise. Yisrael. Shalom. Shalom. Salama Mishpachah. Hallelujah.